In this video, we're going to be field stripping the Saiga AK-47 converted rifle. There probably will be a couple differences between this and the standard Saiga rifle, but for the most part, it's going to be near identical. First thing you're going to want to do, of course, is check to make sure that the rifle is not loaded. In order to pull the bolt back, you're going to have it on fire. You've got, your settings right here, safety and fire. You pull it down and pull it back. You can also do it on safety as well, just to check. Today we're going to be explaining a field strip of the Saiga AK-47 rifle in a 7.62 by 39 millimeter ammo setup. And first thing you're going to want to check, basically, of course, whenever you work on any firearm, as they could be potentially dangerous if you make a silly mistake. You want to make sure that the rifle, of course, is unloaded. You could have it on safety right here by pushing the lever up, and you can check inside, and you can see right there whether there is a round in the barrel or not. You can also look inwards just to make sure there's no rounds caught or anything of that sort from possibly a misengagement from the clip. This clip, for example, is, doesn't have anything in there. I was just using it as a display for the previous video. So we'll take that out, and just for safety's sake, we will recheck, make sure nothing is in there, make sure nothing's lodged in there, no bullets or anything of that sort. So now that we've got that checked, the next thing we're going to do is basically take off this top dust cover. Now, some of these can be a tiny bit tricky. What we're going to do is it's got a button. Now, this is basically connected directly to the recoil spring. So you're going to push it inwards. Now, pushing it inwards, it's only going to go so far. You kind of have to push it inwards. Once you reach the point where it won't go any further, pull up the end slightly of the dust cover, and then it should release as you just saw it do. Now, we've got the dust cover here. During a normal cleanup, of course, you're going to want to make sure that this is all clean. I won't really suggest, a specific gun cleaner, as it's kind of controversial. Use what either, you've had good luck with in the past, or that's been suggested to you from somebody that you trust, as far as a good cleaner. Now, next up, you've got the recoil spring here. You're basically going to press in on this, and I usually press and use two hands and lift it up, and you can pull it all the way out. Now, with taking that spring out here, you can see possibly in the video, you've got a little, almost like a little notch that's taken out here, and that's what the end of the recoil spring sits in. Now, the next thing that you're going to want to do is you can put the safety down at this point, and we will basically pull the bolt back all the way, and it's going to basically release, and you've got your gas piston there and everything of that sort, and you can take that portion out. And at that point, you've also got this lever here. Now, some people have a tough time with this. This rifle, was pretty easy to take out. Just had to apply a little bit of pressure to get that notch up. And what that does is it allows you to more or less take out the portion here where your gas piston goes in. And you can see it's almost got a little bit of a clip on it, and that's what holds it taut against it, so that way it doesn't rattle or anything of that sort. Now, when cleaning these, normally what I will do is I will clean the inside of the gas tube, which is this piece here. Clean the gas piston itself. Now, this portion here, it's already cleaned. You can see that I still have oil on it. You would basically take this out. This more or less wiggles right out. There's a certain sweet spot basically that it goes into, but its normal position would be right there. You want to clean and lubricate, and when I say lubricate, you kind of have to be very use little lubrication, because too much lubrication / oil is going to basically just attract dust and attract foreign materials to attach to it. It's almost like, a magnet for, the stuff that you don't want inside of a gun. The other things that you of course want to clean are going to be the barrel itself. Normally I'll start from back here and run cleaner through all the way to the end and then bring it back through and so on and so forth until it's clean, and then lubricate it. And another portion, you also want to, I usually add like a drop of oil to like the rails, anywhere where there's basically moving and or sliding parts. That is basically where it's key, because you don't want metal on metal contact. Granted, it's inevitable, but you want a small thin barrier, just like in a car's engine. There's always going to be metal on metal contact, but you want that small little bit of oil to basically be lubricating and almost acting as, you know, as a bearing. Other than that, to get this guy back together, we'll give you guys an example here. Now this, it can only go in one way. You're going to want to put the front end first here. And this almost has like a little notch that it's going to go into. So you push that down, it's going to click in for you. And then with this right here, you can see the little divot here that it's going to slide into. Just push it down, and what it's going to do is it's going to slide into that little divot. And hard doing it on video, I'm trying to make sure there we go. So now it's on there just fine, and that's clipped in, and this ain't going nowhere. So next up, what we're going to do is put in our gas piston here. Usually you can slide this guy, whoops. If only I had 3 hands. Okay, so we're going to leave that guy like that. We're going to put our gas piston in here, slide it straight in, and more or less you're going to have a little bit of a spring action right here. Now, I think this is where a lot of people get caught up and can't seem to get the gas piston back in. When you pull it out, right here, there's basically a little spot where it's going to go in. You have to just apply a tiny bit of pressure, and, you know, to get it in there, and it's going to basically make your life a lot easier, because you can see how it has a little bit of flex. When you press it down and push it forward, then it'll go right in for you without an issue. So now that that is set forward, the next piece is going to be our recoil spring. We're going to basically set that in our hole right here. And the recoil spring, I'm used to doing it on my Glock. I will usually take a little dab of oil and basically just, you know, maybe 2 or 3 drops, probably not even that, probably 1 or 2 drops, and rub it along the spring. Because the spring is also going to cause metal on metal contact. Granted, these AKs are pretty versatile and, you know, can more or less stand the weather and things of that sort, and people generally don't have an issue with them. But, you know, the way I see things is better safe than sorry. A firearm is an investment, and it's, you know, something you don't want to fail on you in case you need it in an emergency, or even at the range when you're having fun, you know. So, next up is the dust cover. If you can see, there is a little slot here where the front of the dust cover is going to slide into, because up here is too high, down here is too low. There's a spot right in the middle where you've got it. Now, the key to it is you want to kind of put it in that slot. So you've got it in the slot there. And what I'll try and do basically is push the button a little bit forward while putting it in that slot just to get it in. And then boom, you've got it in that the cutout for it, and it's all set. So now you're back together. You can throw in a mag, in this case, just an empty mag. Put that guy forward, clip it in, and you're good to go. And other than that, I hope that helped you guys out who are new to this rifle. It's definitely a awesome looking AK, I have to say, with all the black. I'm a big fan of Glocks, and you know, just the overall look of them and how they haven't really changed and pretty much been black metal, black polymer, and just very sleek looking. I do plan on getting you know, a wood version of an AK in the future, but what I want to do with it is basically strip the actual wood, restain it a different color, possibly either, you know, a brighter orange or a brighter red, and you know, clear coat it or polyurethane it and make it look a little bit unique. But as far as the all black look goes, I think Saiga's got it down. And Classic Arms helps out with the conversion process, and they take care of it for you. Because comparing their price to converting it on your own, and generally I'm pretty handy and pretty much can take care of, any simple modifications and things of that sort. Money-wise, it would cost more for me to do it on my own because of the costs of the conversion parts than to purchase something like this already converted for you. Just I assume because they do so many at once and get the conversion parts for a lot less than a single consumer such as myself would be able to get it for just buying one at a time. But yeah, any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the channel or under the video, and I will leave a link to Classic Arms on there for you. Hope this helped out, and have a